What if I tell you, your biggest failure is not the end, it is the start of your real success? Many people think failure means stop. They feel sad, broken, and give up. But the truth is very different. Failure is not your enemy. It is your real teacher in life. Every successful person has failed many times. They failed, they learned, and they tried again. That is how they became strong. When you fail, you are not losing. You are learning something important. Every mistake gives you a hidden lesson. Maybe you failed in studies. Maybe you failed in business. Maybe you failed in relationships. But failure is not the end of your story.
It is just a step in your journey, a step that makes you wiser and stronger. If you stop after failure, you lose everything.
But if you learn from failure, you grow. Your mind becomes stronger each time you try again. Your confidence increases slowly. Your fear starts disappearing. Successful people do not avoid failure. They use failure as fuel for success. So next time you fail, do not cry for too long. Do not think your life is over. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Because every mistake has a lesson inside it. Remember this always. Failure is not the end. It is the beginning of success. What failure really means. What if failure is not what you think it is? What if failure is actually a step toward success? Many people fear failure. They think it means they are not good enough. But this is not true. Failure is just a wrong attempt, not a final result. It is not the end of your journey. It is only one try that did not work. Think about learning to ride a bicycle. You fall many times, but you do not call it failure. You call it practice. Life works in the same way. Failure is feedback from life. It is life telling you, try again in a different way. Every mistake gives you a lesson. Every wrong step shows you what to improve. You are learning even when things go wrong. Successful people do not stop when they fail. They use failure as information. They learn, adjust, and try again. It is guidance. It helps you understand what is not working. It helps you grow stronger and smarter. Instead of feeling bad, ask yourself, what can I improve? Because failure is a chance to improve. A chance to become better than before. No one becomes successful without failure. Every successful person has failed many times. But they did not quit. They improved and continued so. Remember this simple truth. Failure is not the final result. It is not the end. It is feedback from life, and it is your chance to improve. Fear of failure. What if I tell you it is not failure that stops you, it is the fear of failure that is holding you back? Many people do not fail in life. They never even try. Because they are scared of failing. Fear of failure is very powerful. It stops action before it starts. You want to try something new, but fear says, what if you fail? So, you do nothing. And when you do nothing, nothing changes. Fear of failure also creates anxiety. You start thinking too much. You imagine negative results in your mind. You feel stress before even starting. But this fear is not real danger. It is only a thought in your mind. Fear of failure also blocks your growth. Because growth only happens when you try new things. If you avoid trying, you stay in the same place. No improvement, no progress, no change. Successful people also feel fear, but they do not let fear control them. They act even when they are afraid, because they understand one thing: failure is not the end. It is learning. If you want to grow in life, you must face fear. Do not wait for fear to disappear. Start anyway. Every small action reduces fear. Every attempt makes you stronger. Every mistake teaches you something new. So remember this simple truth: fear of failure stops action. It creates anxiety, and it blocks growth. But courage moves you forward. Even one small step can change everything. Giving up too fast. Most people fail not because they are weak, but because they give up too fast. Many people start something new with hope. They feel excited in the beginning, but when problems come, they stop. This is called giving up too fast. One big reason is no patience. People want quick results. If success does not come fast, they lose hope. But real success takes time. Nothing important happens overnight. When people give up early, they also stop learning. They do not learn from mistakes. They do not understand what went wrong. So they repeat the same problems in life. Every mistake is a lesson, but if you quit, you lose that lesson too. Giving up too fast also creates missed opportunities. Sometimes success is just one step away, but people quit before that step. They never see what could have happened. They never reach their real potential. Successful people are not always the smartest. They are the ones who do not give up early. They keep trying even when it is hard. They learn from mistakes. They adjust their path. They move forward slowly but steadily. If you give up too fast, you lose patience. You lose learning, and you lose opportunities. But if you stay a little longer, if you try one more time, your life can change. Success is often just after one more try. Accept failure quickly. The real problem is not failure. The real problem is refusing to accept it. Many people try to deny their mistakes. They say, "It is not my fault," or they avoid thinking about what went wrong. But this does not help to grow in life. You must accept failure quickly. Accepting failure does not mean you are weak. It means you are honest with yourself. It means you are ready to improve. Do not deny your mistakes. Because if you ignore them, you cannot learn from them. And if you cannot learn, you cannot grow. Failure is not something to hide from. It is something to understand. Look at the results clearly. Ask yourself, what went wrong? Not to blame yourself, but to learn. Every result has a lesson inside it. If you study your mistakes, you become better. If you avoid them, you stay the same. Successful people accept failure quickly. They do not waste time blaming others. They do not stay stuck in the past. They accept what happened. They learn from it, and then they move forward. This is the key to growth. Because life does not stop for anyone. If you stay stuck in failure, you lose time. But if you accept it quickly, you gain direction. Do not deny mistakes. Learn from results and move forward. Analyze your mistakes. Your mistakes are not the problem. The real problem is not learning from them. Many people fail again and again, but they never understand why. They just feel bad and move on. And then they repeat the same mistake again. To grow in life, you must analyze your mistakes first. Understand what went wrong. Do not guess. Do not ignore it. Look at the situation clearly. Ask yourself simple questions. Why did this happen? What could I have done better? Be honest with yourself. Not to blame yourself, but to learn. Every mistake has a reason. You find the solution. Second, improve next time. Do not stay the same. Use your mistake as a lesson. If something did not work today, try a better way tomorrow. Small improvements lead to big success. Third, build awareness. When you analyze your mistakes, you start to see patterns in your behavior. You understand your strengths and weaknesses. This awareness helps you make better decisions in the future. Successful people do this all the time. They do not hide from mistakes. They study them. Mistakes are data, not failure. Do not ignore your mistakes. Understand what went wrong. Improve next time, and build awareness. Because every mistake you analyze makes you stronger, smarter, and closer to success. Rule 3. Try again and again. Success is not about talent. It is about trying again and again. Many people give up after one failure. They think, I am not good at this. But this is not true. Success is built through repetition. When you try again and again, you learn more each time. Every attempt makes you a little better than before. Even if you fail, you are still moving forward. Repetition builds success. The more you repeat in action, the more natural it becomes. Your mind and body start to learn. The process. Think about learning English. You cannot speak fluently in one day. You must practice again and again. Think about sports. Athletes do not become strong in one try. They practice the same skill many times. Practice improves skill. It turns weak actions into strong habits. It makes difficult things easier over time. But the most important thing is consistency. Consistency means doing something again and again without stopping. Even small daily effort is powerful. One day of practice is not enough, but many days of practice can change your life. So, do not stop. After failure, do not quit too early. Try again, and again, and again, because every attempt teaches you something new. Every repetition makes you stronger. Every practice brings you closer to success. Repetition builds success. Practice improves skill. And consistency always wins in the end. Rule 4. Learn something new every time. Every failure is actually a hidden lesson, something you can use to grow in. Life. Many people see failure as something bad, but successful people see it differently. They see failure as learning. Each failure teaches a lesson. Even if things go wrong, there is always something to learn. Maybe you learn what not to do. Maybe you learn a better way. Maybe you understand yourself more deeply. Nothing is wasted if you learn from it. When you face failure, ask yourself, what did this teach me? If you can answer this question, you are already growing. Because every mistake gives you experience. And experience is very powerful. You cannot gain real experience without trying. And trying means sometimes you will fail. But that is okay. Experience helps you make better decisions in the future. It helps you avoid the same mistakes again. Step by step, you become stronger. Step by step, you become smarter. Step by step, you improve your life. Growth does not happen in one day. It happens slowly, through learning and practice. So do not ignore your failures. Growth does not happen in one day. It happens slowly, through learning and practice. So do not ignore your failures. Do not feel stuck in them. Instead, learn something new every time. Because every failure is a teacher. Every mistake is a lesson. And every lesson helps you grow. If you keep learning, you keep growing. And if you keep growing, success will come naturally. Your improvement begins with one simple action today. Subscribe now and join the journey.